Hey guys, it's TF Nut. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing another action figure review. This is going to be of the new Star Wars The Black Series Gaming Greats Jedi Survivor. Cal Kestis here. The new game has been out for a few weeks. I got my copy like a week and a half ago. I was a little late to getting it. I'm playing through it, nowhere near done, but I do really like it so far. I loved the previous game as well, so this was definitely going to be a purchase. It wasn't a priority until I actually picked up the game. I was like, dang it, now I gotta get the Black Series. So that's kind of what ended up happening with purchasing this here. A little steep because it is 25 as opposed to the original being 20, but this is a completely new figure. Oh, I think completely new. We'll have to wait and take a look, because I have to pop out that old figure for comparisons. Anyway, taking a look at the 360 of the packaging here. Standard, no window packaging, unfortunately, but the stuff on here doesn't look all too bad. I do have an image of the barcode in case you need it right here, in case you're trying to find these online or in stores. Here is the figure out of the packaging, doing a 360 for you guys, and I do like this figure. I think they did a really good job overall with the new stuff here, and I think there might be a tiny bit of reuse, maybe just a little. Will have to bring out the other ones in a second just to make sure. But there are some things about this I wish they did a little bit differently. Mostly that I wish they just did the double-bladed lightsaber where they only have a single lightsaber. But it's still a pretty nice figure. Let's go ahead and take a look at the accessories, then we'll take a closer look at the figure.
So first things first, we gotta mention the lightsaber. Jarno Paul's lightsaber here. I really hope I said it right. But this was his master's original lightsaber, and this time around, instead of what we have with the original, which was a larger hilt here, and then this piece was damaged, broken off there. As you can see, this is more of a fixed looking version where we have the belt strap or belt loop piece right there. It also doesn't have an overall slight silver, like metallic molded plastic going on there, whatever that's supposed to be. This is a little bit more of a flatter plastic, unfortunately. I think it doesn't look as good as the previous one. If you add a little bit of paint in there, maybe it look a little better. But I think the overall sculpt here, it is accurate to how it looks in the game, how new it's supposed to look. And it does look, sculpt-wise, pretty nice. Just wish the paint was better. But we do have some paint in the black of the handle there. And I'll go over this in a second. You can holster this. And then you have the end right here. And then you have this blue translucent saber piece here. Pops out rather easily. There's not even like a little bit of a ridge anymore. It's just straight up a peg, as you can see, which I actually that might work better than how it used to be. So sometimes those things can be really difficult to pop out. Depends on the character. We do have a peg on the belt, and then this belt hole here. You might want to shimmy it a little bit, trying not to break it though. It can be holstered, as you can see there. I can zoom out a little bit. There we go. That will focus. But, actually, you have to push on it really hard for it to pop out. So there's that. I thought it would pop out pretty easily, but actually, you need to, again, push it. So this is the BD one that we come with. First thing, I do want to show off that this came in a funny looking box here. I like how they made this box a little bit, because actually this box looks pretty good for like other props if you wanted to. I think it was pretty funny. You have to cut it open though, but you can tape it back together. Anyway, the BD here looking rather nice. This is the exact same sculpt that we got with the first release of BD1, with the first ever Cal Kestis we had in the Black Series line from 2019. And a little bit of warpage going on here. But then we also, that GameStop exclusive one, that repaint, it's also the exact same sculpting going on there as well. As you notice though, maybe with like the legs, we don't have wires painted anymore. They did not bother to paint those, even though they painted it on the previous ones, which is kind of weird. But we have some silver here, this little panel, a little bit of different paint going on with the lens pieces, as you can see. That's all black instead of red on the outline there. Everything else is pretty similar. I think the silvers might be a slightly darker color on the new one, but sculpt-wise and articulation-wise, because it does have a ball joint here, a little bit of a ball joint there, which can make it swivel too, and then a swivel right there. All of that is the exact same as before. And I don't think there's a place where you can have BD like perched, but I think if you had some like tack or like wax or something, you could probably make him stick there too. Last but not least, the blaster pistol, which is actually really nice. Sometimes they don't paint these blasters very well, but the silver is really nice. The metallic silver is really good, and then the light brown handle, that looks really nice too. All the different inner workings, the barrel, the trigger, the handle, all of that looks really good. I'm digging this blaster a lot, and it does holster in there like so. There are times where you will probably, if it falls over, it can maybe, knock out the blaster too much, but it's a pretty good fit. And then going into the left hand there, yeah, that thing is such a nice blaster. So a pretty good amount of accessories. So I knew there was going to be a decent amount of new between the new version and the previous version, which they don't even look like the same person. I thought the reuse would be in this bare forearm piece right here, but, and I will bring back the new Cal in a second. When I bend this and then bend this, these are different parts. Not only how you see, these pieces here with the kind of like a gauntlet almost, like a bracer, but you can see just how deep that cut is on the previous one compared to this new one. The way in terms of sculpting, the hands are smaller. Of course, those head sculpts are going to be different again, and it doesn't even. I think the new one does look a little bit better, but I don't think either of these are super accurate. I'll bring out an image of the actor in a second. But again, everything is pretty different because these are pretty much different outfits, and these are different years apart. I think it's like 5 years after Fallen Order or in Survivor. Anyway, here is an image of the figure with Cameron Monaghan. I hope I said that name right as well. As you can see, based on images I've seen, this is a pretty close, likeness to the actor, but not perfect, I don't think. Also, looking at the head sculpt, it's got the glossy thing going on with a lot of Black Series figures. I need to start spraying them down soon. I don't have spray yet. Actually, I might. I don't know yet. Yeah, the glossy faces are a little... It's not that bad on camera, but in person it can be pretty bad. The hair sculpt's pretty good. They have, I think, a little bit of highlights or maybe like a little bit of a wash in the hair, or that could be the camera playing tricks on me. But the actual hair sculpt is not bad. A little bit of facial hair on Cal here could be a little bit better. I think they painted a shadow to make it look like he has a beard, and I don't think it comes through super well. You can see a little bit of creasing in the neck there. The actual outfit here is really nice. I'm hoping we get different outfits in the future. It would require a lot of new tooling. I would love to see the Outrider outfit. That's the one I rock the most. But this outfit here is not bad. I do like the strap. That is painted pretty well. I think a little bit of blue is coming on here, but it's not too bad. It's actually not too sloppy. Sometimes it is. This little blue flat piece, that's also painted rather nicely. Some black patches, the paint and the yellow shoulder pad, whatever that would be, that's kind of ugly. But right here around the stomach, that black part is nice. And then it has this leathery material on the vest here, which actually looks pretty good. I'm wondering if you can take this off, because I believe this shirt piece, all of this should be one sculpt, but I think underneath the body might look a certain way to where it look kind of weird, and yeah, so I'm not gonna attempt that. But this actual vest piece is not bad looking. Again, it's got really nice dark blue leathery molded plastic, which usually the molded plastic, I wish it was some better paint, but the actual molding here looks really good, so I'm not gonna complain there. Looks a little bit plain with the sculpting. It's just molded in this color on the shirt piece, this undershirt, but the wrinkling around the elbows, some different design choices going on there. It was rather nice. Whatever these little capsules are, they look pretty good. There's a little bit of sloppy paint going on there, that silver. The color of the forearms, I think on camera is slightly off matched, but in person the skin tones are consistent. And then you have this, which is molded. Actually, no, it is painted. I was going to say it's molded. This is definitely molded in the skin tone, but the paint could be a tiny bit better, but it's not god awful for this bracer. It's good for what it is. And you get to the belt piece here. First of all, you have this copper looking, these capsules right here, whatever those are supposed to be, and you have the metallic silver This is metallic too, but the metallic silver belt buckle looking rather nice. The detailing in the actual belt has like some leathery material there. It's better than this actual belt, honestly. What we have here, the way that this is molded, this light gray, it could be better, but the actual sculpting is fine. You see that peg where the lightsaber hilt goes, and then you have this leather looking blaster holster. So I like that too, the way that all that looks pretty nice. And I showed off earlier what the weapon storage is going to be like. The pockets are really nicely sculpted. Some wrinkles when you get to the inner crotch area. And you have the pockets on this side, pouches here, and again, some nice design choices. Like the way that they have sculpted it is nice, at least with the design choices. The way some of these wrinkles in these, like some of the seam lines are how those done. If I could speak, how that's done is pretty good. There might be a little bit of like a brown type of paint right here, but I can't really tell because it looks a little bit green in some areas and brown in some other areas. There's actual sculpting in the back of the legs though, so that's cool. The boots have a little bit of leathery material. These shin guards almost, not really shin guards, but they're looking really nice with some wrinkles. And then the top, actually look at the back there, some more wrinkles. And the top of the boots, as you can see, has some buckles, a little bit of leather material going on there. Nothing painted there, unfortunately. That's what the bottom of the feet look like. So overall, actually really nice new tooling for this figure. This figure has pretty decent articulation, even though it has a decent number of single joints. We do have a ball peg, you have a dumbbell head there, and you have articulation at the neck into the body. What that's going to allow... does not want to go down that well, unfortunately. The up also could be better, so that's a little unfortunate. But that allows for decent rotation. And the tilting should be better, but the range of motion is just really allows for swiveling, unfortunately. We should have butterfly joints, but the butterfly joints really aren't that good with this line lately, unfortunately. Arms do go all the way around, though, and you do see it went out all the way. That's nice. Upper arm swivel. Single jointed elbow. Before I do the bend, I'm noticing something weird in the plastic right there. I'm not sure what that is, but I think that's in the plastic, so I don't know if that's actual paint app, but that's the single joint bend. It bends a little bit over 90. It could be better, but it's not bad. And you saw the swiveling too. Swivel here and then up and down, and then we have in and no, actually both of these hands are up and down, so that's good. We have a ball jointed waist, can go all the way around, swivel, and then side to side like that. Legs don't kick out super far forward, unfortunately, not really back at all either. Unless you like pivot it around a little bit. The splits decent. Upper thigh swivel. We do have single jointed knee and then a swivel here. And then we do have down motion. Up motion is actually pretty decent for the ankles. And then ankle rocker. I don't remember if the measurements were on the box, but measuring out the figure, we're looking at a little bit under 16 centimeters, like in between 15 and a half and 16 centimeters. That's going to put it under 6¼ inches. I might be crazy. I might have to sit at a different angle, but I think that the previous cows might be slightly taller than the new cow, which doesn't really make all that much sense to me. It is brand new tooling, but you get to see how all three cows look with each other. Far left, first ever Black Series Mando is about the same height, maybe a tiny bit taller, and Marvel Legends Retro Spider-Man is going to be taller. Overall, this is a pretty nice figure. The new tooling here is really well done. I think that head sculpt, while the actual sculpt is pretty nice, I think the face printing could be a little bit better. Some parts of this outfit could have a little bit better molded plastic and paint apps, but other parts are really nice, especially that vest piece. I think it's done really well. Most of the pants is also pretty good as well. The blaster pistol is really good when it comes to the paint and the overall sculpt. The other accessories could have better paint because BD doesn't have as much paint as the last time, unfortunately. That lightsaber is pretty nice, but I also do wish we were given the extra double-sided lightsaber, just like we have in the game. It's prominent in the game this time around, but it is still a rather nice figure. Articulation could be maybe a little bit better. For 25 bucks, I don't think it's a bad deal. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment down below what you think about the figure, what you think about the review. Leave a like, share amongst your friends. Follow me on Instagram for more content over there, and I'll see you guys later.